So this time the boxer is totally frosted up. Even the tires have frost on the side walls. And if we come around here, we can see just how thick the layer of frost is. How thick the layer of frost is. And it's even more prominent on the back over here. You see how thick the frost is. So I'm going to enter the car now and I'm going to start it up, and we'll see what the cold start program does this morning. I suspect it will start revving quite high at about 2000 revs, and it'll hold there for quite a while before it falls back down again. So let's have a quick look. Now the dash says the temperature is -3, and as you can see, there's a lot of steam coming out of myself when I speak. And I'm going to start the vehicle up right now. So clutch in and let's see what happens. Look at that, revving at 1900. And that's how high the cold start program takes it. And it's slowly falling down now. It never really holds that high for that long anyway, and then it will stay right about where it is now, or maybe at 1500 revs for a short while the engine warms up. In the meantime, I'm going to turn on the rear heaters, because as you can see, the back is fully frosted up, and so is the front and the side. And if I try to open the windows, it will just get stuck and it's going to put a lot of strain on the mechanism, so I'm not going to do that. So I'm just going to wait for the engine to warm up, and that should melt the frost off the windscreen by means of hot air coming out of the vents once the coolant loop has warmed up. But at the moment, everything is still sub-zero. The coolant temperature and the oil temperature and everything is still sub-zero. I'm going to put the seat heater on as well. As I mentioned, it's going to stay at about 1500 revs for quite a while, so I think I'm going to just let this video run so we get a full take on the whole process from start to finish. There we go, plugging in my lightning cable to power the phone while this is being recorded. And as we can see, there's already a small gap being melted by the air coming out of the vents, which is of course still cold, but it's still warmer than the air outside. And thankfully that gap there is growing quite quick. So defrosting the windscreen is quite simple, because all you need is heat to break the boundary layer between the glass and the ice, and after which you would just slide off, or you could use your wiper to push it off. And I haven't got a scraper nor any antifreeze solution in my vehicle, which is why I'm just sitting here waiting for the ice to melt off. and it's been about 3 minutes since I started the boxer up, and it's still revving at 1500. So the normal idle RPM is about 750. Now we can see the revs falling. Okay, so this tells me that the cold start program has now completed. And as we can see, it's revving at about 700 RPM now. So that's a normal idle RPM. And as I was saying in my other video, if we had started driving off earlier, then the rest would fall back down a lot quicker. And in fact, if we drove a little bit more, then the whole cold start program would just terminate. And the reason for this is I believe they're doing it on safety grounds, because I once hired a Toyota Camry V6 in Australia, where it was very cold, and what happened was when you started the car up in the morning, the cold start program would rev the engine a bit higher, but that car had an automatic transmission, so in the morning when you put it into drive, suddenly the vehicle starts moving a lot quicker than you would expect, and you have to use the brakes a lot more, and it could be dangerous for some people. So I think these days, regardless of whether it's an automatic or manual transmission vehicle, the manufacturers have decided to do the same. So this is a manual transmission vehicle, and if the cold start program had still been running at a partial level, let's say 1500 revs, then it actually makes it very easy to creep away in first gear without even having to touch the accelerator, because the revs are already quite high. Right, so I'm going to try to operate the wiper now, and I hope it isn't stuck, because I don't want to put stress into the mechanism. But let's try it. Okay, thankfully the wiper wasn't stuck, frozen, and we can start driving away now because we've got enough visibility. And thankfully I reverse parked in, because the rear window is still a bit frosted up, and I can just drive straight out. And the roads here are very clear, so before we know it, the coolant thermostat would open, and then suddenly we'll get a slush of hot coolant circulating through the whole cooling system, and out of a sudden the air coming out of the vents would just rise in temperature very rapidly. It's quite a strange feeling, because you could be driving in and feel it really cold, and then out of a sudden the temperature just rises, and that's because the radiator thermostat opens. Alright, thanks for watching.